You're tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. You're tired of chasing something you can't quite name. Tired of working so hard and still feeling like something is missing. Tired of scrolling through everyone else's highlight reel wondering why your life doesn't look like that. If that's you right now, this message is for you. Because there is something Jesus said, something he repeated more than almost anything else he ever taught. And somehow, in 2,000 years of sermons and Sunday school lessons, most people have completely missed what he actually meant. This isn't a lecture. This isn't a sermon. This is something I want you to sit with, really sit with, because I think it might change the way you see your entire life. Picture this. It's first century Galilee. People are stressed. The economy is brutal. Most people are one bad harvest away from losing everything. There's political tension. There's fear. There's anxiety about tomorrow, about food, about their families, about their future. Sound familiar? And Jesus climbs a hillside and sits down with a crowd of ordinary people. Farmers, fishermen, mothers, tax collectors, people who are worried, really worried. And instead of giving them a political solution or a 5-step plan, he says something that almost doesn't make sense at first. He says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Matthew 6 verse 33. One sentence, and it's the hinge on which Jesus' entire teaching turns. Now here's where most people stop listening. They hear kingdom of God, and they think, okay, that's a church thing. That's for pastors and theologians. That's the afterlife. That's something way out there, far away, abstract. But here's what the scholars who have spent their whole lives studying this verse will tell you. That's not what Jesus meant. Not even close. Jesus used the phrase kingdom of God 92 times in the Gospels. 92 times. It was the center of everything he taught. And he wasn't talking about a place you go when you die. He was describing a way of living right now. A way of being oriented, a priority, a posture toward life. And the context? He said this immediately after talking about anxiety, about worry, about people running themselves ragged trying to secure their future, what they'll eat, what they'll wear, how they'll pay their bills. He looked at all that human striving and he said, there's another way. See, the word seek in the original Greek is a continuous action word. It doesn't mean find it once and move on. It means keep pursuing, keep orienting, keep choosing every day. And the word first, that's the word that cuts. First, not eventually, not when things slow down, not when the kids are grown or the debt is paid or the promotion comes through. First, Jesus was talking directly to the deepest instinct in every human being, the instinct for survival, for security, for control. And he wasn't telling people to ignore their needs. He wasn't saying, quit your job and don't worry about rent. He was saying, you've got the order wrong. You've been chasing the additions and ignoring the source. Think about it this way. You ever been so focused on fixing one problem in your life that you stop sleeping, stop connecting with people you love, stop taking care of yourself? And then when the problem finally gets solved, you realize you're exhausted and empty and still somehow unhappy? That's what Jesus was watching people do. That's what he was speaking into. The hidden message, the part most people never really hear, is this: Jesus wasn't asking you to add God to your list of priorities. He was asking you to completely reorganize your inner world. Most of us live our lives in layers. Layer 1, survival, money, housing, safety. Layer 2, success, career, status, achievement. Layer 3, relationships, joy, meaning. And then somewhere at the bottom of the pile, maybe Sunday mornings or a quick prayer before bed, God. Jesus was saying, flip it, completely flip it. Put the kingdom, put God's way of love, justice, and righteousness at the very top, and watch what happens to everything below it. That sounds almost backwards. It sounds risky, because we've been conditioned by culture, by social media, by every hustle culture podcast, to believe that if you just work hard enough, grind long enough, optimize everything perfectly enough, you'll finally feel okay. You'll finally feel enough. But here's the question Jesus was implicitly asking. How's that working for you? I want you to think about the last time you were genuinely at peace. Not distracted, not entertained, actually at peace. When was that? And what were you doing? Chances are, you weren't trying to control something. You weren't anxious about tomorrow. You were present. You were connected. Maybe you were serving someone else. Maybe you were in a quiet moment of prayer or gratitude. Maybe you were just fully, completely here. That's what Jesus was pointing at. That inner stillness, that sense of alignment. That's what it feels like when the kingdom is first. When you're not chasing the additions, but trusting the source. And this is where people misunderstand the promise. All these things will be given to you as well. Jesus wasn't promising you a raise. He wasn't promising you a big house or a perfect marriage or a trouble-free life. He was promising that when you stop making those things your God, when you release the grip, you find that God already knew what you needed, and He was working on it the whole time. There's something else scholars have noticed about this passage that most people gloss right over. Jesus links two things together, His kingdom and His righteousness. Not just kingdom, righteousness too. Righteousness, in the biblical sense, isn't about following rules to impress anyone. It's about being rightly aligned with God, with others, with your own soul. It means living in a way that reflects love, justice, and integrity, not because you're trying to earn something, but because that's who you're becoming. That's the hidden message. Jesus wasn't just offering a solution to anxiety. He was inviting people into a complete transformation of identity. Not just what you do, but who you are. Not just what you chase, but what you value at the deepest level of your heart. And here's the part that's almost uncomfortable. Most of us have been so busy trying to build our own kingdom, our own little empire of security and control and approval, that we've never really asked whether the kingdom we're building is even worth living in. Let me ask you something honestly. If you could look at the past year of your life, the decisions you made, the things you prioritized, what you spent your time and energy on, what would it say was first for you? What's been at the top of your actual life, not just your stated beliefs? For a lot of us, the answer isn't pretty. And I'm not saying that to shame you. I'm saying it because that realization, that honest look in the mirror, is exactly the kind of moment Jesus was trying to create. He wasn't trying to add religion to your life. He was trying to save you from a life spent climbing a ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall. And here's the thing about this teaching that I find almost breathtaking. Jesus said it to people who had almost nothing, people who couldn't see past tomorrow. And He told them to seek first something invisible, something spiritual, something you can't photograph or post or put in a bank account. And he promised them it would be enough. That's either the most radical thing anyone has ever said, or it's the truest thing anyone has ever said. Maybe both. So what does this actually look like? Not in theory, in your real life. This week, today? It starts small. It starts with a single question you ask yourself in the morning, before the phone, before the news, before the to-do list. What does God's kingdom look like in my life today? Where is there a place I can love someone well? Where is there an injustice I can speak into? Where can I be present, be honest, be kind, not because it serves me, but because that's the person I'm choosing to become? It means loosening your grip on outcomes. It means doing the right thing even when you can't see the result. It means trusting that a life oriented around love and righteousness is not a naive life. It's actually the most grounded, most unshakable life possible. Because it's not built on things that can be taken from you. And it means sitting, even for 5 minutes a day, in silence. Letting go of the noise. Letting God be God. And letting yourself just be human. Cared for, not in control of everything, just held. Jesus gave one message more than any other. He said the kingdom of God is at hand. It's here. It's available. Not in some distant future, not behind a wall you have to earn your way through, but present, right now, in the choices you make, in the way you treat people, in what you quietly decide is most important. And 2,000 years later, in a culture drowning in distraction and anxiety and the relentless pressure to perform, his invitation is still the same, still as radical, still as quietly earth-shaking. Stop building your own kingdom. Seek his first, and watch what gets added to your life that no amount of striving ever could. Maybe this message found you today for a reason. Maybe this is your moment to put something first that changes everything else.